Hi guys, it's Jazz1122 here, and this is just a collective reading. I just want to say thank you guys so much for your likes, your comments, and to all my new subscribers, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. And with that being said, let's get into this reading. Okay, collective, let's see what are the messages for November 1st to the 15th. The energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. So I feel like for a lot of the collective, you're starting to feel ready to move forward as the days go on. This could have been after a time of, I keep getting up for a lot, is their lives were at a standstill, you know? It seems like everything was on hold, but the universe is saying the energy is gaining momentum. It definitely helps because most of the planets are direct besides Uranus. Neptune and Chiron is still retrograding, of course. But I feel through the retrograde of Chiron, it's causing a lot of us to question, because Aries is I am. So there's many people who are on this journey, figure out who am I. Many of us are realizing how so much of what we thought about ourselves are from what other people told us. You know, we're breaking out of who we thought we should be or who we think we should be and stepping into I am. That's a powerful thing. We have, don't let your past hold you back, South Node. So, collective, I see you breaking away from the chains of the past. For a lot of you, you are very much aware of what still holds you back. And you have been working diligently on that. It could be past situations, past pains and hurts. But many of you are coming to a place where you're ready to break out and not be a prisoner of your past. And the universe is saying, hold your vision. The universe is loving what the collective is doing right now because it's not easy. It's not easy to go back to things that cause us pain or discomfort. Sorry, my throat. Maybe for some, since my throat is acting up a little bit, maybe one of the things that held you back was really speaking your mind. And maybe because it was easier for you to be the compromiser, right? You know, and maybe you look back and it's just like, I over-compromised, you know? So now you guys are working on voicing how you feel and not being afraid, you know? And especially if you're not really used to saying no, that's another thing. I see for some collective people, it was saying no, you know, especially because with saying no, you know, you don't want to deal with what happens if you do, you know, especially if you don't like people being upset. But you started to realize how powerful no is. I feel also for some, maybe you realize how you let people overstep your boundaries. That's another one. I see you guys being way more confident in your decisions and yourself. And the universe is saying continue to hold your vision. And they are proud of you from breaking out, because there's a lot of people who just give up. Who just say, my life has always been like this. What's the point of changing? This is all I ever knew. But collective, you're breaking free and say, that was my past. That don't have to be my present, and it don't gotta be my future. So you're stepping into your power of the co-creator of your world, of what you see fit. Waxing moon. We have the Tower here. For some, you had some Tower moments. And also, for some, you've been real in tune when you feel something is about to happen. And also for the Tower too, I feel these changes of energies gaining momentum is going to be quick. You can wake up in this place today and your life will change by tomorrow. Anything that has fallen away, I would really say, well, because the North Node has been in Gemini, since 2000? Wait, I forget. But since the North Node was in Gemini, it's been a while, I know that. It causes a lot of new revelations, new thoughts, new ideas, new insights, a lot of changing. I compared the North Node in Gemini as the universe putting the world in a big bag and shaking it up. And any towers that we all experienced in one way or another, rather it's through our home situation, our jobs, our friends, our family, our relationships, it was foundations that served their purpose. And all the changes that took place while the North Node is in Gemini, because it's at like 1 degree, is finishing the last stretch. It's going to make way for the new, not the new moon. I meant to say the North Node in Taurus. Taurus represents abundance. So through all these harsh lessons, towers, everything, it was clearing space for a new foundation, because Taurus is an earth sign. It's making way for a new life. The Tower. The King of Swords. I love this. Also, collective, you're feeling way more confident, like I said, in your decisions. And I feel like you have no problem causing towers on your own. Now, what I mean by that is you cut things off. That's one thing I learned. Like, myself too. Life used to be full of towers until I stood up in King of Swords or Queen of Swords. And it was when I made decisions and trusted myself. So I keep getting this main theme of trusting yourself. I feel collective. You could tell when something's about to go left. See, so that way you see this lightning bolt, right? Yeah, it's not striking the tower. So you don't know how many towers you have escaped just by cutting stuff off. Trust in what you feel. King of Swords. Yeah, when it's time to go. Collective, maybe you look back over your life too and realize how many tower moments you used to have compared to now. You know, tower moments, and some are inevitable. But what I will say is, a lot of them are avoidable. When I look at myself, even people, I really realize how much suffering we cause ourselves. Either suffering, especially suffering by holding on. That's a big one. It takes strength to let go. I had to learn that. It was one of the hardest lessons to learn. You know, you either going to have to do it now or later, but there's no denying, since being like this King of Swords and knowing when to move, trusting my intuition, I know I avoided a lot of towers because I see them. You know, like I'd be like, the lightning didn't hit the building yet, but you see it's getting dark. Nah, that's all I need to know. It's like a storm warning. That's how I look at life. It's a certain energy I feel. I feel uneasy. I started to realize when a tower is about to approach because it's a feeling I get. It's like I just feel like something about to go on. It's like the story of Noah. I want to talk about this. I did an Instagram post about this too, where when God was telling Noah a storm was on the way, there wasn't any like rain. This was before the storm came. It was still sunny outside, but God told Noah to build that boat. Build the boat. I'm sure many people told Noah, you crazy. You talk about a storm. You really think a flood is going to wipe everybody out. But see, Noah felt that God was telling him this for a reason. And he took it seriously. See, That's what you guys are doing. And just like Noah, you built that ark. When the universe show you is getting dark, you don't wait until the lightning collapses on the tower. Soon as you see a little, then I don't know, I'm feeling a little uneasy. And think about if Noah would have waited and said, oh no, God, you feel me? I know you telling me to build this boat, but I'm looking outside and it's sunny. See, this is where a lot of people, they don't understand things happen energetically. And if you miss those energetic changes, for example, like breakups. Before people break up physically, there was a disconnect energetically first. The breakup is actually a late manifestation of the relationship. I've seen this with people. I can tell when two people are energetically done. I don't care if they're taking a picture together. I can see the energy is different. So then I can see when the breakup is going to be down the line. Now, the breakup may be surprising, but in a lot of cases, it was an energetic breakdown prior. And the breakup is just a physical manifestation of what was going on energetically for a long periods of time. But they're subtle. When you learn how to catch the subtleness, this is where it could save you a lot of trouble. And I feel like collective, you know when to recognize the subtleness of things. South Node. Hold on, I gotta fix this, y'all. I don't know why this deck be having... Okay. South Node. We have the Ace of Wands here. With the Ace of Wands here, the universe is saying collective. These new beginnings are coming towards you. And they don't want you to miss them. You know, our past can absolutely rob us of our future if we let it. We can't control what happened to us in the past, but we have the power to change that it don't happen again. And through this new beginning collective, it will help you feel more confident in you breaking away from your past. That's why our past can be the devil. Ouch. Something that keeps us coming back. Something that keeps us trapped. Where we feel we can't move. Or because our lives were like this that we can't make a change. We can always make a change. It's not to say those changes will be easy. But to make way for these new beginnings. Ace of Wands. We have the Six of Swords. So I see a lot of moving here. Also mental clarity. I feel for some, maybe the past replays in your mind a lot. And you're starting to move away from that too. It's like I'm ready to create a new life for myself that I didn't have. I'm not going to let my past stop me anymore. I want to bury it. Put a tombstone on it. You know, here lies the memory of. That was like me and I would say the old me specifically. When the old me died was definitely in 2015. That's when old Jazz had to be put in the ground. Of course, I will always honor her memory, of course, even though I'm still physically here, but who I used to be. Because the who I used to be, I would have had a life of pain and heartbreaks. Because that's what I was manifesting. I had to say, for me to get things that I didn't have, I had to be a different version of myself. I had to be more honest with myself of where I was falling short. Not to beat myself up, but to be realistic about how I was contributing to my own heartbreaks and disappointments. And if I was still the old me, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have the strength to be on YouTube. I wouldn't be as outspoken as I am now. I was always quiet. It was really in 2015 when I said I gotta put the tombstone. You know, here lies the memory of who Jazz used to be. And that's when I became reborn into who I am. See, that Chiron, I am. See, that wasn't who I am. That was who I was raised to be. See, there's a difference between who you are and who you was raised and conditioned to be. If you really look back over your life, collective, you will see how much you have been conditioned to believe certain things. But what do you think? We live in a world where we're constantly told what to think. We're not really encouraged to be a free thinker, to really be an individual. Because if you really see people who are individual, it's always people trying to ostracize them or tear them down because those people don't have the strength to step into their individuality. They feel power by running into groups, running with a bunch of people. You could have a bunch of people and don't have no power. That's possible. Imagine an army with 1 million people, but the lieutenant or the general don't know what he doing. You feel me? So you're going to have an army of mad people, but it's a mess of an army. It's not an organized army. It's not a successful army. But because y'all think that y'all got 1 million people, that's no. You feel me? It's the strategy of it. But I don't know why I'm talking about that. Anyway. What I'm saying is, don't let your past hold you back in terms of when people told you who you should be. Be who you are. Do what makes you happy. Especially if you have lived a life that you felt you should live. I know many of us have. We felt maybe we wanted to be a doctor because our family, somebody was a doctor or a lawyer. Or maybe we should go to college because everybody else went to college. But it's not about everybody else. It's about you. This is your life and what you want to do. It's your time to be happy. Six of Swords. Because think about it. Somebody could have, going back to the army example, somebody could have a 500,000 army and still defeat your 1 million because the 500,000 is more strategic and could blow your million man army away in no time because you felt because you rolled with a bunch of people. See, collective, take pride in that you don't run and hide into groups because many people do because it feels safer to do so. It takes boldness to step into who you are in your own individuality and do what makes you happy. Everybody ain't gonna agree with that. Oh well, that's not your problem. Like I always say, if you can go to bed being happy with yourself, you made the right decision. Somebody always gonna be mad. You know how many people live a life to try to make other people happy that they go to bed, so while the world is giving them claps on the back, they go home miserable. They hate their job, but everybody in their family is like, good job. You went to college like me. I realize how many of us are trained to be like somebody else. We're not programmed to to be our own individual person. We're molded to be somebody else. We're molded to work for somebody else. We're molded to think about, to be somebody else. We're not molded for who we are. Each and every one of us are individuals. And, everybody learns at different rates. And this was my problem also in terms of public schools, because they'll leave a kid back, but not every kid learns the same way as another kid. Some kids need visuals, you feel me? Some kids learn visually. Others do well with studying. So it's not just about the intellect. If you try to teach everybody the same way, that's not effective. You're going to have some people that's going to fail, but because you set this standard of one size fits all, there's not one size fits all. Every child learns in a different way. So then the child gets left back thinking they dumb. You feel me? But they learn in a different way. For example, my partner, he's like a visual learner. You feel me? So he likes videos and hands-on learning. There's plenty of people like that. And then this wears on self-esteem. You feel me? But I just use that for an example. Because I really think about that. Because it could cause people feeling a certain type of way about themselves. And it's just the way that they grow and they evolve, or how they learn. It's different from everybody. But like I said, we're taught how to be like everybody else. We're taught how to be a carbon copy of who came before us. Six of Swords. We have the Four of Swords. Yeah, you guys have been doing a lot of thinking. Knight of Pentacles. And making moves too. With the Knight of Pentacles, every step you take matters, collective. I feel going into new beginnings, it is uncertainty, of course. But I love that you're moving forward anyway. Fixed moon. We have the Hermit. See the knowledge here? The universe is saying, trust what you know. And it's okay to separate yourself from people, Because that's necessary on your journey. We live in a world that we're overstimulated. It's always something going on. The news, social media, our lives. And we could become so overstimulated where we don't even have time to get in tune with our own thoughts. It's not until usually our spiritual awakening and we're kind of put in a position to be in hermit. But I feel now, collective, you appreciate that hermit time. Because there's not a lot of people disturbing your peace. Let me tell you something. That's one thing I noticed. When I was younger, I used to have a lot more people in my life. But my life was more chaotic because I had all these energies. Now that I simplified my life and I do be like hermit, stuff goes way smoother. Because if anything starts to go a little left, I can instantly know where it's coming from. Because I built it that way. So I'm like, okay, so if I invite you into my life and all of a sudden some funny stuff start happening, I already know it's you. I don't have to question it because I built my life prior to this point and none of this was happening. So if you come into my life and stuff starts being funny, I know it's time for you to go. And I feel collective. That's how you're doing it too. When people just gotta go. I'll be in hermit. I need to be sometimes. And through you being in hermit, you actually also get to focus more on your vision. Of course, there's going to be a time when you go out, but it's not always the constant how it used to be. When you had to be doing something, you had to be out, you had to be on social media, you had to, we all went through phases where we was just in the world. It's not till you sit with the hermit and you see how unreal the world really is. Even social media, for example. Everyone on social media always shows the best lights of themselves. And then you have many people who look at what they see on a picture as these people living the best lives, and here there's people are beating themselves up about it. But that person on social media is not showing you the reality. That's why on my channel I talk about the reality. The good, the bad, the indifferent. Because I'm not just going to showcase what I'm proud of. I also talk about the things I've done that I'm not proud of. The mistakes I made. Because it's important that we do that with ourselves. And I'll be the example. You feel me? Honestly. Because we need that. We need more people keeping it real where it's like, listen, I'm messed up. You know, and the people, because a lot of people don't, because people want to say this and that. Who cares? I'm sure that those people got things going on behind the scenes too. They ain't going to say it. You feel me? Because they want to sit up there and look like they got it all together. It's easy to sit up there and look at someone who's able to be as honest with themselves and point out their own shortcomings in a world that is constantly pointing the finger at other people. I appreciate the people who can put the finger at themselves, who can say, this is what I did, this is what I've done. This is how you can learn to not be me, and you can also take some insights on how you can improve your own life based off my shortcomings. We all go through things in life, but it's the fraudulency that has to stop. That everything is perfect. Everything is this. That's why we see so much darkness in the world, because so many people are ignoring their shadow. So many people just turn a blind eye and pretend everything is fine. Is it really? Do we see the world around us currently with all this chaos that's been breaking out? It's been here. And at a point, you gotta look that shadow in the face. But many people don't want to do that. But we can't move forward till people do that. You know, and it starts with us. And as I got older, I really learned change does start with you. So many times we're too busy trying to change the world. You change the world when you change you. That's what's within your control. How to change this planet, that's an everybody effort. That's everybody. We all gonna have to help to clean up this planet of all the destruction that we caused here. That we do to ourselves every day. And I remember back in 2010 when I used to question, was there even a God? You know? Because I said, if there was a God, why would God allow all this to happen? So God said this, why do y'all allow this to happen? Why do y'all allow this to happen? You know what I mean? And I thought about it in the world, how much injustice we do to each other, how much we hurt each other. But yet we want something or someone to come and save us. It's we who save us. It's us who make that change. And I see so many people, it's easy to blame the devil. That's another one. The devil be blamed for stuff he don't even be doing. Because most people be on demon time before the devil even came to you. That's why the devil came to you, because you was on demon time. So you let the devil in. You feel me? Like, so, but then when people do deals with the devil, for example, they want to cry. I don't get that. You didn't want to hear what God said, you know, because God tells you a lot of things you don't want to hear. So a lot of people say, forget what God's telling me to do. I want to do what I want to do. So that's when the devil comes in. Okay, well, I'll give you what you want, but with a price. Then people take what the devil gives them and then want to turn it back on the devil. But the devil was treating you good until the devil wanted to sacrifice. But that's another story. That's another story. Anyway. The Hermit. We had the 5 of Swords reversed. Yeah. You're really focusing on holding your vision and isolating yourself from the drama and the confusions of the world. And the 7 of Swords. The universe is saying, don't feel sorry about holding your vision and doing what's best for you. If you know what's in your soul, if you stepping away from people, places, and things, trust what you're feeling. Some people may try to make you feel guilty, collective, but it's your life at the end of the day. These people don't have to deal with what you do. And if situations are making you unhappy, despite of people going to be upset, do what's best for you. Because like I always say, at the end of the day, somebody will be mad. And the universe is saying, be unapologetic about that, your peace of mind, and your path in your journey. So, guys, I hope you guys appreciate this video, and I'll catch you guys later.